Sure. First of all, it's all NVIDIA all the time. They are the driver of this whole AI theme, and it's all AI all the time. You see how much money is every day being allocated to building AI infrastructure, data centers. We saw this big announcement yesterday in Pennsylvania for the building of power of to power data centers. So this is the new industrial revolution. It's all being driven by NVIDIA. Specifically, NVIDIA had taken a $4.3 billion charge in Q1 on inventory that they couldn't ship to China, and then also really lowered Q2 revenue by $8 billion. So this ban removes that, and it opens up a huge market for them. And NVIDIA is the leading supplier of the AI processors, and that they also have the software that enables the programming of these AI processors that only runs on their processor. So their software only runs on their processors. So they have a huge moat.
At $171 today, do you buy it? Where does NVIDIA go? 6 months, 12 months, 5 years?
I have right now, we have a buy rating and a 220 12-month target price, and that was from earlier this year. And I'm sure after this quarter that they're going to announce in the latter part of August, we're going to be raising our price targets and estimates as well, because the momentum they have the momentum and they're driving the momentum. So they have nothing but tailwinds.
Nvidia has been the face of the artificial intelligence AI revolution in recent years. However, the business experienced turmoil in the first half of 2025. Nvidia's expansion was hampered by concerns about growing competition, the possible effects of tariffs, and trade restrictions with China. Even while those worries are undoubtedly valid, Nvidia's company is still growing. Let's examine 3 potential drivers of growth for Nvidia's stock in the second half of the year. The idea that every nation should pursue AI in its own way has gained popularity thanks to CEO Jensen Huang. In order to benefit from this revolutionary technology, he is urging CEOs to build their own infrastructure, compile and manage data, and teach their employees. Huang's appeal seems to be being heeded by governments throughout the globe. 20 different nations have joined the sovereign AI trend, including Germany, France, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, and the United Arab Emirates, among others. The European Union, EU, has declared ambitions to construct 5 AI gigafactories throughout the continent. Nvidia, the industry leader in AI-centric semiconductors, has a great plan for advancing sovereign AI. Although Nvidia's Blackwell chips have been around for almost a year, they didn't start shipping until early this year. As a result, Nvidia's financial results have just recently been impacted by sales of these next-generation AI processors. The majority of the revenue is anticipated to be generated during the course of the upcoming year. The majority of the $315 billion in capital expenditures that top data center and cloud computing operators have committed to this year will go toward artificial intelligence. Nvidia, the industry leader in data center GPUs, will profit from this investment. This week, Nvidia revealed that it has sought for permits to sell its H200 chips in China and has received guarantees from the Trump administration that these licenses will be approved. These revenues are predicted to reach about $10 billion every quarter, which would be a huge lift for Nvidia. Because of this, Nvidia might be the greatest investment you can make in the second half of 2025. Nvidia's enormous increase in revenue and profits from demand connected to artificial intelligence has made it one of the most successful growth stocks in history. The majority of the computer power supporting the majority of the generative AI models currently in use comes from Nvidia's graphics processing units, GPUs, and as the use of AI grows, the company's business is predicted to rise even more. The biggest customers of Nvidia are a number of cloud infrastructure hyperscalers who are concentrating on constructing enormous data center networks in order to meet the need for AI. Building a new data center can take several years. Every significant AI hyperscaler revealed plans to make historic capital expenditures in 2025. However, since data centers are multi-year expenditures, investors shouldn't be shocked when new record-breaking capital expenditure estimates are revealed in 2026. Data center capital expenditures were $400 billion in 2024 and were expected to reach $1 trillion by 2028, according to a third-party estimate that Nvidia presented at its 2025 GTC event. It is anticipated to increase significantly over the coming years because many of these data centers are being outfitted with Nvidia's GPUs. Because of this, I believe it to be among the best growth stocks available at the moment. In recent years, 2 of the most sought-after companies for IT investors to purchase are Nvidia and Palantir Technologies. Both have increased by over 1,000% since 2023, with Palantir's gains of over 2,000% taking the lead. Perhaps Nvidia would have made more money if it had begun that time as a smaller business. The chip maker is now the most valuable corporation in the world, with a market valuation of $4.2 trillion. Palantir is far smaller than Nvidia, with a market valuation of roughly $360 billion. So, what implications does this have for Nvidia's stock? Let's explore that. But first, a big thank you to those of you who've stuck with us this far. Creating these videos takes significant effort and dedication, so if you're enjoying the content, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts on Nvidia stock in the comments. Your support truly helps us grow. Now, let's get back to the video. Retail investors continue to show interest in both of these equities, but which is more likely to occur next? That Palantir will reach $1 trillion, or that Nvidia will reach $5 trillion? Nvidia would need to increase by an additional 19% from its current position in order to reach the $5 trillion milestone. For a tech stock that has already given investors such transformative returns in recent years, that doesn't feel like a significant reach. It's also a very realistic scenario to imagine, given that the company continues to dominate the AI chip industry and that demand for its products is still high. When it will occur is perhaps a more important question than if it will. Despite being high, Nvidia's value is reasonable given its rate of earnings growth. According to analyst forecasts, the stock trades at a forward price-to-earnings (PE) multiple of 38. It's difficult to disagree with Nvidia's prospects of hitting $5 trillion in market capitalization sooner rather than later, though, given its profit margins above 50% and the plethora of AI-driven development that lies ahead, I don't think it's out of the question to anticipate that Nvidia will surpass the $5 trillion milestone by the end of the next year, provided the market and economy continue to be robust. There's a potential that AI could reach that milestone sooner if interest in it continues to grow. Palantir would need to almost triple in value from its current position in order to achieve $1 trillion. That is not a simple task. However, the data analytics stock has increased by over 430% in the last year alone. In recent years, both of these AI stocks have shown to be excellent investments. However, I think Palantir will reach $1 trillion before Nvidia hits $5 trillion. All things considered, Nvidia is a better investment. Its market dominance in the AI chip industry, strong fundamentals, and high valuation make it considerably simpler to defend than Palantir's speculative price tag. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.
Which was pushing up against highs on my last check. You have an example trade for us.
Yeah, they don't report earnings until the end of August, so it gives you some duration here if you want to take a directional bias on it. If you look at implied volatility levels in Nvidia, they're at about 5% on the IV percentile rank. So what does that mean? Well, we're in the bottom 95% of implied volatility levels that we've seen over the last 52 weeks. So really low extrinsic option premium at this point. So taking a directional bias using long verticals might be the way to play this if you have that directional bias here. So I looked at a bullish trade here where I'm going to buy something slightly in the money, the 170 strike call, and this is out in the August 15th monthly cycle. So you got 29 days to expiration. Buy the 170 call and sell against it the 185 strike call to offset some of the costs on this bullish position. You're paying roughly about a $6 debit on it. That's your risk, $600 per spread, with the chance to make an additional $900 if the stock trades above 185 at new all-time highs. Your break even on this one, 176 to the upside. That's less than 3% above the current share price. So you don't need a monster move to the upside to get above that break even. And by buying directionally biased trades like this one, this example is bullish, it gives you some flexibility as far as trade management goes, right? So you don't have to wait until expiration to close all or a portion of your position on this one. It gives you that flexibility. If you get that spike up to 180 and say this expands to $10, $11, it allows you to maybe close it early ahead of expiration. So it gives you that flexibility that we always talk about in these trade managements.